Alright, folks, and welcome back to the channel. We're just here to discuss Celtic's potential UCL playoff opponents as the draw was made today. I'm joined by Alistair to go over everything. How you doing, Alistair?
Good, thanks, mate.
Aye, good. Obviously, it's obviously come out today in the draw that we'll either face Slovan Bratislava of Slovakia or Kairat Almaty of Kazakhstan.
You done well there. You
I
done
had to think
well.
about that. What what you thinking about the draw, obviously, because we all had a kind of favourable or more favourable draws, but probably I would say that's probably up there with mine just because we've already played Slovan Bratislava and
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Josh. That was the one for me. I said, if we get that, know that you can take UCL teams for lightly, but they were the ones for me. So
aye,
they were the ones. You've got no Basel, you've got no Sturm Graz, you've no Dynamo Kiev. If you gave me any one of the other two ties, I would have took it. To be fair, I think we're on the same boat with that.
no, I think if you look at the two ties, I think you look at players, the teams like Sturm Graz, even Basel. I'd already had nightmare scenarios that Albin Ayeti was going to come back and fucking put a top performance in at Celtic Park. But Slovan Bratislava obviously already beat them 5-1 in last season's competition. I'm going to put it even further and say I think it'll be slightly embarrassing if Celtic don't go through.
I
Um,
would say so.
because I think we've got a habit of downplaying Celtic. Realistically, we're playing a team either we've beat 5-1 in the Champions League before and finished in 0 points that season, and
Yeah.
or we're playing a team who, you know, in terms of qualification, I'm pretty sure this is the first kind of foreign into
Same,
Champions League qualification.
same tie.
So Celtic should be overwhelming favourites. Now, obviously, there's a different task. If I think it will be Bratislava, if you're going to ask me, I just think they'll have something a bit more for Kairat. So if you're asking me, I think we'll play Slovan Bratislava, but obviously we didn't go away to Bratislava last season. But Celtic should be winning this tie comfortably.
They should be
That might,
winning. They should be winning both games. Really,
aye,
if you don't beat Slovan Bratislava, you're no Champions League deserving. It's the
aye.
one. And people might say that's a bit disrespectful. No, it's no.
We need to stop underplaying ourselves when it comes to Champions League. Aye, a European record, but there becomes a point we got it right. Who are Celtic better than in Europe then? We want to be at the Champions League level, so you need to beat teams like this if you want to be at that level.
Again, I hope nobody for Slovakia or Kazakhstan watching this. But at the end of the day, I just, let's be honest, Joe. It's a dream draw that 98% of our fans would have wanted. And that's no me being disrespectful, it's just what I think. It's
Aye,
common sense.
aye. Obviously, the other thing as well, Celtic are going to be at home for the first leg, and then we play the away leg whenever we go to either Kazakhstan or Bratislava the following week. Obviously, you probably want to be away first, but it is what it is. You're going to play
Can't
away at
help
some.
everything. Can't help
Um,
everything.
the reason I would like it to be Bratislava as well because I don't think it'll be beneficial going to Kazakhstan 4 days before we play Rangers.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so I think it will be Bratislava. But as you said, no matter who it is, I think Celtic should be overwhelming favourites for the tie and getting into the Champions League if we get the recruitment properly done. That's the big if, but they know the opponents. It's probably and if they're banking on this Champions League money, they should be looking at go right. It's a very favourable tie. I don't know. It'd be different if we were playing somebody like Benfica or something. They could go, well, Celtic might not get through that. I don't think
Yeah,
they should think like that, but I think with teams like Slovan Bratislava, should think we do. We put some recruitment in place. We get through that tie. That's the big if.
well, what I bet you Kyra or Mate. See what I did there? Or Slovan Bratislava. They wouldn't have wanted us. I don't think, especially Slovan, because they because I don't know if you know this, we actually gave Slovan Bratislava the heaviest defeat in the Champions League last. I know it didn't mean anything, but well, it did. But you get my point.
Aye.
But what I'm saying is, if we turn up and play the way we can, um, we'll have no problem. But again, I'm about you. I just hope the board don't use it as an excuse. If I want, we'll try. We'll wait till after the
No,
Champions League.
I think they should be using it. I think they should be using it the opposite. Even if though they're using that excuse of we're not sending players to qualify for the Champions League, they should look at it and go, all right, we're probably going to, if we can get some good recruitment, and we're probably going to qualify for the Champions League. If they think like that, is obviously another thing. But
That's the way we you think. Let's be
aye,
honest. I know what I
but we
talk.
don't. But we don't think the same way as Celtic board. But no, we should be getting through. I think as you've said there, if we can't beat either Kairat or Slovan Bratislava, then you shouldn't be a Champions League team. Hate
That
to
doesn't
break it.
mean you don't respect them, obviously.
No,
But
of course you do respect them and stuff, but I think Celtic should be winning this game and winning the tie overall as well. Um,
I'll be honest, John. For I'd like to try and kill the tie in the first leg, basically because it gives you more time to get players in, and also it, it lets you maybe. I know this is going to sound arrogant, but I did think it's. I'm going to say it. If you're basically home and hosed, you can save your your key players a 4,000 mile trip
aye, no.
without Kazakhstan, obviously.
I still think it's Celtic away in the Champions League. I don't trust them to be honest, but
Yeah, I know you.
because you've seen we've got big leagues against teams like Astana at Celtic Park, and then nearly buggered it over there.
Yeah, well, we were
Look at
4-1 doing at one point.
Applewell Bears Javer as well. So I think even if we do get a big lead, you still just don't know it. I don't
The
know.
only
Hopefully,
thing I would say, Josh, is the away goal wasn't play then,
aye, true.
and I think I see whether you're home. I wanted the home game second, obviously, but I don't think there's a great deal of difference now with the home and away leg, especially in a tie that you should be winning
Aye.
regardless. I don't think there's an advantage of home home second, home first the way they used to be with the away goal.
So,
Anyway,
right, and this was a really short video, but to finish off before, because obviously we know what the qualifier is going to be. What would you like to see brought in before that qualifier?
couple of winners. And a striker.
I think we need a
I,
striker.
I don't hold my breath.
I don't at all, to be honest. But I mean, it is what it is. I think we should be winning that with a couple of recruitment. I still don't think with that attack yesterday we're capable of going, because I just say we're going to want to try and hang with them away, blow them away at Celtic Park. I don't know with that attack if we can.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I would say, I think I don't from memory, Josh. I, I don't think Slovan Bratislava sat in the last time, did they?
It's a different game though.
Yeah, I know it's a
It's
two-legged
a
tie,
completely
so
different game. But I'm not saying they won't sit in like maybe like St Mirren or something, but or like a team in Scotland, but they are going to probably defensively and try and counter us and stuff.
Yeah,
So I would. I think it is a different game. Obviously, the game we played the actual Champions League proper because if you think about it, it was their first Champions League game, so they probably want to come out and have a go. I don't know if it will be the case this time. If it is Slovan Bratislava, obviously we'll find out over the next
well, I would
week and a half.
suggest that if the the Kazakhstani team uh, don't win at home, it will be Slovan. 'Cause Slovan, it sounds daft to say they were decent at home in the Champions League when they never got a point, but they had a lot of good performances, especially in their own patch. So I think if the if Kyrats don't take a lead into the away leg, I think it will be Slovan, to be honest.
Aye.
Well, Slovan's got the know-how. That's what I would
Pers- Personally, I think it will be Slovan Bratislava. I just think that they've been in that competition and I think they've probably. I think they will probably. I think they'll win both legs. To be perfectly honest with you, I think it will be a pretty comfortable one for Bratislava. But you know what? It is what it is. No matter who we face, I said this a few weeks ago. No matter who we face, that in the draw, we should be in the Champions League next year because we are better, I think, than those teams that we could have caught
yeah,
against.
yeah,
We just don't act like it. Sometimes that's the problem. But
yeah.
hopefully,
The, the board are probably like that, told you.
but I still think with this squad we're a bit light.
Yeah, I know.
Still think we're a decent centre forward away from. Well,
There were
I did,
two, well, probably only two two starters off it because
but a centre forward and a winger away from.
a very good side, that,
Uh,
in my opinion.
Still just but I don't. I think we could qualify with this team, but I just don't see them blowing away teams, or whatever, or getting qualifying in style as you like, and that's what you want to do with a home leg
Do you
first. But
think, do you think we'll, we're in danger of scraping through with this squad,
I
or
don't
if we
know.
bring
I don't
or
know
if we
because
bring the two players in that we suggest, um, we're going race through
no,
if we
I still even think we bring players in. I still don't think it's as easy as that. I've seen it too many times with Celtic in Champions League qualifiers. We've had favourable ties and fucked it
the
up to be honest.
half Beersheba game still gives me
Beer
a heart.
Shaver, we nearly buggered it. Thankfully, we never. But I'll go back to teams like Maribor, and teams like Maribor,
Don't,
Malmo,
don't.
it's teams like that. And then, so I think Celtic will go through it. I think we should go through. As I said at the start, I think if we don't, I think it's more than a bit embarrassing. It's very embarrassing for me. I think if we don't go through, but I mean, I guess what we'll see, and obviously over the next kind of week, we'll see who we're actually playing. But we need to get players in for the start of that because we are still light. The right wing, the wing, uh,
So yesterday proved that. I mean,
it's useless to be honest. It's
there's
you
no
may as
right
well
hand side.
aye. You may
There's
as
no
well not
right
have them.
hand side.
Um,
If James Forrest doesn't come on yesterday, we don't win that game.
no, probably not.
We've done that. So.
But that's we know the board know the players now know the squad knows who they're going to be facing or one of the two teams who they're going to be facing. It's just again it's try getting players in before probably the middle of August. I think probably near enough 19th August probably I'd imagine, and then I think the second leg will be the following week.
You've got 10 days from today, the 14th. You can register players for the tie, but you
Aye.
can register two players up to 24 hours before the match.
What
But
That's what we need for this qualifier. I'm going to stick to my guns, and if we don't get that in by the time the first leg comes out, I will be pretty annoyed.
I'll be fuming.
And it'll just show them the board up again. But hopefully, thinking positively, hopefully that's not the case. But it just wouldn't surprise me. But we know what we need to do. Obviously, we've obviously games before the Champions League. Go to Aberdeen at the weekend, and then we've got games in between. There was another thing somebody made a good point. It was about the postponement option that we've got to postpone a game before the qualifier. I think the game that we can postpone is Livingston at home. I wouldn't even bother.
No, I would get it done.
I just think,
On you go, Josh.
I just think you're at the risk of piling up games for no reason.
Yeah.
It's a game at home. You should be.
If it was maybe Hearts away, I would maybe. But with all due respect, it's a team that come up for the relegation playoff. That's no disrespect to Livingston, by the way. But you really don't want to be banking games and saying we'll get 3 points eventually because see games in hand have got a habit of biting you if you don't play them right away.
Aye, no, definitely.
Road.
Aye, but I think we should be playing it. But the main thing is just to keep winning games out of that playoff and try and get signings in. But that's the big if, really. And if we can get the players in, at least I would say at least 2 players in by the time that first leg comes up, especially
A winger and a striker.
A winger and a striker, and then hopefully we can kind of push it forward and get in the Champions League. But I'm going to wrap it up there for the video today. As I say, it was only a short video. There's not much else to actually speak about because we discussed the game yesterday. But we'll be back hopefully midway through this week, hopefully talking about some signing news. I wouldn't hold your breath, but hopefully. But until then, we'll speak to you later. And hail, hail.
Hail, hail.